YouTube, what's up, boys? How you doing? You check the fresh cut. How y'all been, man? Hope y'all are doing well. I'm not gonna lie to you, since the last video I make, I've been feeling a lot better about myself. I've been in the gym twice a day, cardio twice a day. I don't care, bro. I'm losing this fat. I'm gonna get back sexy. But I want to make this video because this video's been on my mind for a while now. So starting off a little red pill, or learning about the red pill, then getting off the red pill, then hopping into a relationship, and then being back onto the open market, the streets and whatnot. My philosophy's changed a little bit. So I want to talk to y'all about why I'm on the red pill, but I'm only taking half of it and what I mean by that. The one thing I do like about the red pill is I do think that the red pill is necessary. There's no really major media outlets that really cover men's issues or dating, anything like that for the man's perspective. Whereas with a lot of women, they have, you know, the Vine, they have the Mix, they have the Real, Oprah's Winfrey Talk Show. Like, there's not a really huge major media outlet because, let's be honest, like if some shit like this was on, they would get canceled 100%. A lot of us, bro, we have to figure this stuff out trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of girls grow up, you know, with their mom putting them on game, their sisters putting them on game, aunts, grandmas, or us. We really don't have that. I think it's necessary. I think it's also important that when you're dating in this world, we're in a modern dating market now. The generation that our parents grew up in, our great-grandparents grew up in, that generation is obsolete. It's no longer relevant now. Your parents didn't have to worry about social media, bro. See, that your mom grew up with your dad, and they probably were in the same town or they're from the same college. Whereas today, you can literally put your settings to any major city in the world, set a mile radius, and then you're just accessible to thousands of people. So the modern game is changing. It's either adapt or die. For the most part, I would consider myself a relatively red pill dude, but that's not to say that it does not have its flaws. Let me tell y'all the story, bro. 2 months ago, I was filming this video about like why marriages aren't worth it. It was an interview video. So I was out on the streets and, you know, it was meant to be a heartfelt video, but here's what happened. I started interviewing like these group of girls. I knew a couple like red pill talking points. 50% of marriages end in divorce, or 70% of marriages are initiated by women. So I knew a couple of talking points. The second I sprung that on her, bro, she literally does the ooh, 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 like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme. She's like, you sound like those one guys from the podcast. And I was like, bro, who the fuck? And I knew exactly which podcast she was talking about. She was talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast. And let me tell y'all, bro, that is not a mark you want to be. It didn't matter how valid my claim was, what I was saying. All that happened right then was I just got labeled as one of those dudes who hate women, bro. And that's my number one point, man, is in public, like on the internet, this shit's like, oh, it's fine because you're just typing and shit. But in actual real life, bro, the red pill comes across kind of like angsty, kind of cringy, if I'm being honest with you, bro. Like a lot of like men's rights activists, red pill, MGTOW stuff. You can say whatever you want about it, bro, no matter how valid the claims are, because there are some decent things I do agree with in the men's right activist stuff. It is in real life, you're going to be labeled as some dude who hates women, and part of the reason what stems from these guys hating women is their failures with women. Translation, you get no bitches. They're known as guys who, you know, struggle with dating women, and that's just like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be known as some holeless, like, guy who's just angry he can't get women and stuff like that. Like, so that's just the look. That's just the label they always give you. Another big thing about why you got to take a little bit of a chill pill on the red pill is it's just so easy to just dive into their content. So accessible. There's so many videos. These guys are just really good at titling their videos. Female nature this. Why female nature does that? And dude, it's just like a rabbit hole of content you can fall into. So then you start watching one video and turns out a lot of the other red pill YouTubers fuck with other red pill YouTubers, so you start getting them in like your suggestion box. A lot of the times, women are hypergamous, and I don't think all women are the same. That's one claim I do have with the red pill, is that they make all women kind of feel like the same. I don't think every girl you run into is going to be super about money, or every girl is going to be super about looks, or she doesn't care that you live with your parents. But I guarantee you one thing, if you ain't bringing home the bacon, if you ain't taking care of business, best believe she has other options. She is going to pursue other luxurious, lucrative opportunities. That's one thing you gotta really understand, man. So I do appreciate the red pill in that aspect, but to really summarize it, man, it's easy to dive into red pill content. Red pill does come across pretty fucking cringy in real life when you actually like start talking about it. A lot of the fundamentals of the red pill, bro, is really, it's just self-improvement. If girls want the number one guy, so be the number one guy. That's essentially what red pill is. But a smart guy would just take like the message for what it is and then he would just go improve himself. But a lot of guys don't do that. A lot of guys truly just value, you know, pussy or the end game. They want the results without really putting in the work. So the next best thing is, if you can't put in the work, if you can't go to the gym, if you can't get your finance or assets up, what are you going to do? You're just going to talk and complain and bitch about female nature. Like, you know, just constantly just worrying about what women are doing, what women are talking about and stuff like that. You're going to be worrying about female nature all the time. And that's just a big fucking waste of time. Why are you worried about female nature when you can like learn about crypto or learn a new skill? This is what I'm telling y'all, man. I consider myself a relatively red pill person. Like on 1 to 10, I'm like a 3 or a 4. But there's a fine line between you start stepping into that shit and then it just starts becoming negative and it's like bad for you. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully that makes sense, man. Let me know down below your thoughts, man. I'd love to hear y'all talk about this. But anyways, I'm out of here. Deuces.